Hey guys, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode I am going to try to get a trench through this peninsula here. I'm standing on top of a peninsula that water is flowing all the way around, and I want to create a straight shot for that water so I can lay in some culverts and then make a road and a path for a water line to come back to the property or the new house site, which is back that way. So I've got one tree here that kind of stands right in the way of the path for the trench. So let's start by taking that out, and then I've got to haul some trees up out of this area, and then we'll start cutting a trench through this little peninsula here and just see how it goes. So come along with me, grab a frosty beverage, and welcome to Man Time. getting a little warm here. I don't know if it's just me or the outdoors. Probably just me. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to start cutting this trench basically right through here. There's a creek that runs right down in front of us here, and then around the backside that bends around this peninsula here. So I want to cut straight through it and then lay some culvert in there. So let's get started. Thanks for joining me on Man Time. Thumbs up, subscribe. Go build a house in the woods yourself. Let's go. Woo! as you can see down here, I've got the water going the direction I want it. So I just need to keep going. That looks like a good width there. I think I've got about a 2-foot concrete culvert I'm going to set in there. And that looks just about right. So let's keep going. How cool is that? So I've managed to stop the stream from going around this little peninsula here, and now it has a path to go straight through, and that's what's happening here. The water has abandoned going around, and now it's all coming straight through. Now what? Sun finally decides to come out. Well, I got all my culverts over here, and I was using this this piece of sucker rod here to you drop the chain inside. There's holes inside of here, and sometimes they'll have these little things that look like a cone of concrete to fill that hole. But what you do is you drop your chain down inside of there with a loop on the end of it. And then you stick something like this inside of there, and then lift it up, and then this is what actually lifts up the culvert when you're loading it and carrying it around. But when I go to set them in here, what's going to happen is if I drop that chain down, this is going to slide and drop out, and it's going to be gone forever. So what I'm going to try to do is get something like this that's threaded, or even thread this. So that way it'll actually stay on the chain. I'll have to find a diameter that's actually going to fit through the chain, so it's held in the chain. And then when I drop it down, it's just going to drop down like that, and then I can lift it up out of there. And then also that way I'll be able to if I need to reposition them. See, the big thing is trying to reposition them. I need to get them set right the first time. Because sometimes you got to actually climb inside of the culvert to get that rod positioned in there, so it'll lift up. And I can't do that in the water. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't really want to. So I'm gonna have to retool here and come up with a way to lift these into place to where I don't actually lose my my lifting device, and figure out what's going to be the best way to drop them in there, starting from one side, working to the other. I don't know. We'll figure it out together, though. Thanks for joining me today on Man Time, guys. Get out there, have you some man time too.